Today we have Mr. Andrea from Italy with Caimi.
Since the topic of tonight is actually acoustics, I would like to talk about the acoustic approach of Caimi. We have a range which is called Snow Sound. It's an adventure which started in 2012 from a commercial point of view, but actually it started a couple of years before from the point of research development, and that's what I'm presenting tonight.
Yes.
That's what I will be presenting tonight. So a few words about our company. Our company was founded in 1949, so we have 71 years of experience. And I've been working myself personally for this company since 25 years. So I know a little bit the company. I know a little bit the company. Yes. And we started this adventure, so to say, into the acoustic field, as I told you before, since 2012, commercially. I'm the export manager of the company, so I see it from a point of view of an export sales. But actually, it started a little bit before. Today, I think we are, honestly speaking, one of the most leading companies in the world producing sound absorbing, because we are talking about sound absorption. We must make a clear distinction between sound absorption and sound oh my God.
Insulation.
Yeah, sound insulation.
Yes.
We're working also on sound insulation, and our products can also offer a sound insulation proof. But we are mainly talking about sound absorption, which means that when you create a sound inside the room, when a sound is generated inside the room, you have three different options. So either the sound is absorbed by the room itself, either is transmitted outside the room, or it just reverberated, so it just bounced back in the room. And this is creating that fastidious effect, which is called vulgarly echo.
Yes.
Which technically is called reverberation, which is actually creating problems with the intelligibility of the words. So that's what we are trying to mitigate with our products, with our technologies. I mean, I normally talk about solutions more than products, because actually we provide solutions, not products.
Yes. Okay.
So that's what we're talking about tonight. I would like to have a short. I don't know why it's not working. Okay.
Yeah, it's working. I will turn off my camera just to maintain the internet speed, because we have some connection issue. Okay, but I will remain with you on the voice. Andrea?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Ready.
This is an overview of the international awards we got with the Snow Sound technology. Not up to date. Actually, this version of the catalog is a few months old, so we got more. Just to give you an idea, so we're talking about German Design Award, we're talking about Compass d'Oro, we're talking about neocon, etc., etc., etc. A few designers who have been working with, from Michele De Lucchi, Giro Dorfles, Alessandro Mendini, etc.
Mm.
And then we get to the point,
Yes.
which is actually the sound absorption quality of our materials. We're actually certified. I mean, snow sound panels are actually certified A class according to the European standards. So that's the best performance you can get.
So your panels are having the 8 class.
Yeah, we
Okay.
we have a certificate. We can provide you with a certificate with A class.
The A class is describing what? The sound transmission or the sound absorbing?
The sound absorption. The sound absorption.
Okay.
We're talking about sound absorption right now.
Okay.
So we can provide anybody with a certificate certifying that we have an A class sound absorption.
Okay.
More certificates, which are quite interesting. For instance, the extreme conditions. When you ship out goods to Saudi Arabia or Australia or whatever, wherever, during winter or summer, more specifically, we have certified the products to be performing the same, even at maximum conditions. Maximum conditions like +7 grade centigrade.
Mm.
Hygiene, which is also quite a strong topic right now.
Yes.
And then we get into the products. So Botanica is one of the latest products we have produced. Botanica, it comes from the word, from the Latin word botanicus, which means vegetal. So clearly comes to the mind that it's like a leaf.
Mm-hmm.
All these products are coming from the same technology. So all the performances are just the same.
Yes. Only the function itself, where you are applying the material, whether it's sealing or
The design is different. Design is different, but the technology is just the same.
Okay. Do you have a grading in the products? I mean, in terms of
Sorry, didn't get you.
that.
Didn't get you.
Okay. You hear me?
No.
Yeah, I was saying, do you have a grading in the products in terms of absorbing? For instance, we might need some lower absorbing grade in some rooms, and that we need, let's say, 100% like a home theater or a cinema. So, yeah.
The sound absorption grade is just the same for all the products because all of them are made from the same technology. The sound absorption function is depending on the room itself. I mean, if you have a room which is made completely of concrete and glass, like the one we see in the picture right now,
yes,
then you need to. We can provide a study on that.
Mm.
When you have all the data needed. But
okay.
the product itself is working the same.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about one thing. I mean, when you have a room, any kind of room, I mean, an office or
Meeting room.
a meeting room, whatever.
Yeah.
You have to think that the reflection of the sound is made by the materials you have inside the room. So there are more reflective materials and there are less reflective materials. So if you have a room like you have in the picture right now, which is made of concrete and of glass, probably on the right-hand side, this will be a quite problematical sound absorption wise room. If it's wood or plaster, doesn't matter. That would be different, but that's not interfering with the product itself.
Okay.
So it's all just depending on the room itself.
I understand. But the material itself is having, let's say, about the technology itself that you call it snow sound. Basically, it's all matching in terms of specs. Now, then the amount of the product that you use in the room is increasing or decreasing the function of
depending on the room specs, depending on the room specs. And we're just talking about snow sound panels, because then there is another side, which is actually snow sound fabrics. But now we're talking about snow sound panels. So the number, let's say the quantity of snow sound panels you need inside the room to cut dramatically the reverberation, the sound reverberation, it's depending on the specs of the room. So if a room is built of concrete and glass, that would be a different thing from a room built of wood and plaster. There are materials which are actually highly reverberating, like concrete, like glass, which are normally today used for building up offices.
Yes.
Was it clear?
Yes.
So it's all depending on how the spaces are built of. The performance of the material of snow sound is the same, but the quantity is depending on how the spaces are built of.
Okay.
So we go on.
Yes, please.
This is still Botanica. So we have ceiling fixed solutions or freestanding solutions. This is Giotto. Wall fix, same technology, always the same technology. Some sketches from the designer. He's a young guy, well, not really young, he's about 50. He's a Turkish guy, which was born in Turkey and was grown up in Germany, and now he's living in Italy. A very clever guy. One of the best designers we've been, probably the best designer we've been working with. No, the best designer we have been working with from my point of view. Giotto is also a version with the lighting. We can have also panels wall fix or fixed to the ceiling, even with the lighting.
Okay, so now these are different designs, but the same materials. Some of them are
always the same. We're always talking about the same technology. So the same performance, okay, the same certification. They are always working the same.
Yeah, but the size of the panels or the shape of the panels and including lighting, so you can have this one, for example, in a meeting room.
Oh, the sizes are changing indeed. The sizing and the shapes are changing.
Okay.
I'll let you have the list of products afterwards, so you can see the different. TL is an old project from Joe Ponti. Joe Ponti is a very well-known, unfortunately dead, architect and product designer.
Okay.
And this is actually a design he made for Time and Life in New York. And we got the rights to reproduce it. You also have a freestanding, also on casters.
Andrea, I will turn off my mic because it seems that it's having an issue, so it doesn't cause turbulence while you are talking. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Please go ahead.
So I was saying that you also have freestanding solutions on casters or freestanding, fixed to the floor. Flat is a new design by Alberto Meda and Francesco Meda. Alberto Meda, I think you know the name. Francesco Meda is his son. Wall fix, fully adjustable. So you can incline it as much as you want. And it really, you know, the point is actually that we're trying to provide acoustic solutions which are not just acoustics. They are just acoustic. They are also acoustic, but they're also designed. So you can play with them. You can create a design. You can create an aesthetical solution and an acoustic solution. That's also about how flat can perform. You can see it on the left-hand side. So you can see all the different schemes you can create out of flat. Flat is also freestanding. Flap is the first design created by Alberto Meda for us, more or less the same concept as flat. Hanging from the ceiling too, with lighting. Also with a double size version. Baffle is a solution hanging from the ceiling, created by Mark Sadler. Mark Sadler is another designer we've been working with. He is well known for having created, I don't know how to say that in English. Sorry about that. Kind of a protection for the back when you're a motorcycle. It's actually on display at the MOMA in New York. Well, doesn't matter. Well-known international designer. Always designs by Mark Sadler. Michele De Lucchi. That was the first single panel, acoustic panel by Caimi, designed by Michele De Lucchi. Michele De Lucchi is I think you know the name, is a well-known international architect and product designer. He has been designing products for Artemide. He has been designing things like the Peace Bridge in Tbilisi, in Georgia. is a great name. And this was the first one we did present in 2012. So that's a classical from Caimi. And that's the most complete range of acoustic products we have right now. As you can see from all the different options we have.
Yes. Now, so you hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the material now you are applying it on the screen panels of the workstations, and then you have some of them are accessories now, as we see. Does any function changes in terms of sound absorbing, or just it's always increasing? Because I see that each element is having metal, having steel,
No,
some of them having wires.
All of them are performing the same. It all depends on the surface. Indeed, because if you have a bigger size, it will work better, and it all depends on the situation of the room, of the space.
Very clear. The question is the fabric itself is the absorbing, or do you have something inside these panels?
No, okay. That's one point I was missing. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
The panel itself, the different kind of panels, they are all built the same. So it's a polyester filling covered with a polyester fabric, which are then thermomolded, and then they get to be a single piece. So they are considered to be a single piece.
Mm-hmm. So it's not only a fabric. I mean, we cannot apply it as an upholstery.
No.
Okay.
It's a polyester filling, which is actually
about 2 centimeters to 3 centimeters
no, it's
thickness,
about
maybe
7 centimeters. When it's molded, it comes to 5 centimeters, and then cover with no. Then at the same time, the thermomolding is made. It's covered with a Trevira CS fabric. So it's 100% polyester. So it's fully recyclable.
Okay. I think you have a technical sheet for this molded panel.
All the technical details are available on the website, and I will send you all the details afterwards tomorrow.
Yeah, we will share this PDF file. So because everyone is asking about it, we will share this catalog and your contact number details also, and the technical of these materials. I think it's already available on the website. And I think we jumped off a couple of pages in the beginning, which have some technical details, but I think that's one everyone have to read if they are interested, because it's having a lot of details there.
Okay, the catalog is freely downloadable from the website.
Okay, we will share the link to everyone.
Yeah, and the technical sheets are also available on the website.
Yes. So now we start with having some idea about projects and applications.
Yeah.
So these also still applications that we will. Oh, you have some ceiling panels also.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about fiber. Fiber is another technology. These are actually textiles, which were developed. It's a different technology from the other one. It's sound absorbing.
Yeah, but I think this one is lower grade than the molded panels.
Yeah.
Okay. And these materials can be, okay, so you can have it as curtains, or we can have it as an upholstery.
Okay. These are actually finished products, so you buy them as you see them, but we also have developed fabrics as a raw material. So you can buy fabrics and then do whatever you want from the fabrics. So these are the different kind of fabrics we're offering, which are sold by 25 meters long rolls. and then it's up to the customers to produce the curtains or whatever.
Okay.
And here we have a few pictures of possible realizations or realization.
Sorry, can you slow down a little bit, because it's
Sorry.
because it's okay.
Yeah, I was just.
No. We still have time. Don't worry. It's if you can scroll back of the beginning of the applications of the project itself. Sorry. Yes.
So, as I told you before, aesthetics and function, that's our goal. So, acoustical function with some touch of aesthetics. So we don't want to provide a product which is just acoustical. We want to provide a product which is actually aesthetical and acoustical.
Clear.
And here are a few examples. In these cases, we're talking about curtains, so we're talking about fabrics.
Yes.
Here we're starting with the real projects. Well, this is a rendering indeed.
So you're using it as panels, curtains, screens?
Yeah. Here we have fabrics, used as curtains, hanging from the ceiling. Here we have a few real projects. Sometimes you don't have the right to use the name of the project. So in this case, on the right-hand side, you have, sorry, one of my cats.
Okay. Okay.
On the right
what about
side,
yeah, I see in the left picture that you have some of them are close to the firefighting pipes. Do you have grading for the fire retardant, just grading or whatever?
Yeah, they are classified. They are certified class 1 according to the European standard.
Because most of them are ceiling mounted.
Certificates.
Yes.
It's clear. That's one point. But when we receive a request about where to place the panels, if we have a 3D drawing and we don't know where the sprinklers are or the lighting is, then we cannot do anything about that. So it's something which must be done on site.
Okay. Well coordinated with lighting and other
yeah, because on a 3D drawing, you cannot see where the sprinklers are, where the lighting is. So it's something which normally, also because it has, as I told you, it has a great aesthetical value. So that's something which must be agreed with the client, with the final client.
The end user.
Yeah, the end user. Yeah, all right. Here we have a few examples of real projects. Like a company in France on the left-hand side, top. Like, well, on the bottom is actually an office. We cannot mention the name in the US. Sharp in Italy. Another office in Los Angeles, in US. Yeah, there are a few examples in US.
The colors are limited with your range, or is there plenty of other? The colors of the panels and the fabric itself.
Yeah, we have for the panels we have a range of 12 colors standard. Then on project basis we can offer more, but as a standard, as stock, because our advantage is that we are working on stock basis. So whenever you have an order, normally we can ship out from the stock. So we are very fast.
Okay.
To do that,
but you have ability to do custom colors.
We can do customize. We can do customize indeed on a project basis. So we're not talking about
because apparently these products can also play a good part of the branding of the corporate spaces, because eventually it is mostly will be used in offices. And shape of the panels, is it fixed or also customizable?
No, okay, they are molded. They are molded.
They are molded.
So
okay,
we cannot change the size or the shape.
Okay, it's a fixed shape.
If not for big quantities, because any shape or size needs a mold, and that's quite expensive.
Okay, unless it is a big quantity, then you can do it. For instance, we want it as a circle shape.
No, basically the point is, ask for it and we'll tell you if we can or we cannot do it.
Okay, clear.
Well, we are not talking about 10s or 20 for sure.
Yeah.
So here we have a few more. Oh, that's Deutsche Bank in Moscow, even if we cannot use the name. Quite an interesting project.
Yeah, nice.
We're talking about 500 panels, I don't remember. That's our showroom in Los Angeles, where you can see flap, V-flap, Giotto, and yeah.
Yes, clear. So you have some of them as an artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, in the middle picture.
There are three ranges designed by Joe Ponti, Setsukinaksu, and oh my God.
You forgot the guy?
Yeah, I forgot the guy.
It's okay.
Gilo Dorfles, sorry, Gilo Dorfles.
Yeah, okay.
One of them is still alive.
Okay. The other panels here, the wall mounted, it's having also backlight.
Yeah, flap, yes.
Okay.
You also have the backlight version.
So it's quite large range of products actually, functions or solutions. Yeah.
It's an incredibly wide range of acoustic products. All of
as you see in the picture in the middle, you have ceiling mounted, wall mounted, you have a curtain.
Sure. I mean, probably we're not the biggest manufacturers of acoustic solution in the world, but for sure we are one of the best. Because there is not such a wide range of products, aesthetically appealing products and functionally performing products like we have.
Okay. Does the fabric goes into anti-static materials or treatment?
What do you mean by anti-static?
Because it is some of them having backlighting or something, but it doesn't apply to this material, right? You don't apply these treatments.
No.
Okay. So there's another function also.
We have an antibacterial treatment.
Okay. Antibacterial treatment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
so it can be applied, used in hospitals or medical areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Antibacterial. Sorry.
It's okay.
A few more images. The one on the right-hand side is quite interesting. It's a company, it's a private company in France, in Paris. They have used the fabrics, they did themselves, the curtains, to separate the clusters.
For workstations?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think this will be trendy anymore after COVID-19.
Sorry?
I don't think this will be trendy anymore after COVID-19.
No. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's a separation thing. Okay.
Meeting rooms.
So okay, so it's portable panels.
Movable panels, yes.
Movable panels, yeah. Okay.
The one on the right-hand side is my own job. I did it in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm. So the thickness of the panels never changes. It's always about
It's always the same.
3 centimeters.
Technology and specs are actually the same. Only the shape and size is changing.
So you have two configuration. I mean, two configuration. One is the panels. One is fabrics.
Yeah.
So this is the only difference. Okay.
Precisely.
Okay.
And you also have. Okay, we have 3 ranges actually. We have the
really?
no sound panels. You have a no sound finished product, no sound fiber finished product, which are for instance the movable. This one on the left hand side, and then you have the fabrics. With the fabrics, we sell it by roll, and you do it whatever you want. So we're just selling the raw material.
Okay. So this is the 3rd grade of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all of them are recyclable materials.
Sure. It's 100% polyester.
So I think you have some images for any projects in Saudi Arabia.
Sorry?
You have any images for any projects in Saudi Arabia?
We have Bobson in Jeddah.
Bobson in Kaust.
There is a college in Jeddah. I sent you the picture. If I have to go through the catalog, it will take hours.
No, it's okay.
But you have the picture in any case.
Yeah, anyhow, everyone will receive this catalog so they can take a look.
They can download it. They can download it freely from the website.
Yeah, because I'm receiving a lot of questions, so in 5 minutes we can start having some answering some questions.
So where we were? Okay, basically. Yes. Okay, just wanted to show you. These are the panels. Okay. On the left-hand side, you see some fabric applications. And here we have the fabrics.
Yeah, these are the 3 categories. Okay.
Yeah. These are the 3 categories. Yeah, right.
Okay.
More projects like NASDAQ in Paris, Xerox in Milan. Well, we have some hundreds. I don't want to go through all of them.
That's okay. No, I have some question. What is the client feedback or impression, let's say, for an existing project, office running, and then once you apply these materials or wall mounted?
I cannot hear you, Mohammed. I cannot hear you. You are very...
Now is okay?
Yeah, it's better, much better. Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah, I was saying, what is the client feedback or impression once you apply these materials for a running office or building?
Well, normally enthusiastic.
I mean, is it making really big difference? I mean, for a will.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Absolutely. I can. Let me see if I can retrieve it. Oh, no, I don't have it right at the end. But in any case, on the website, and then
Yes.
I will send you the links. There are a few videos which are just showing, or better, you can listen to it, which are actually showing the difference.
Between the before and after, you
Before
mean?
and after, yeah. I'll send you the link.
Okay. Yeah, we can share it by email for everyone.
Everything we're talking about, are actually, everything is actually available on the website.
Okay. What is
link to the videos?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
So
one important question about applying these panels or in wall or ceiling. How do you decide the amount of required panels in the space? Do you do a calculation for based on?
We can do a calculation. Okay, we have a free software. We have a free software available online, up to a certain size of the space, in a certain height of the space.
Okay, so we can use this.
Yeah. If not, our technical department can assist you, but we need a more in-depth information about how the space is built. So how much concrete, how much glass, how much wood, how much plaster. So we can do that. You can do that, or we can do that. What we cannot do is actually deciding the positioning, because as I told you before, the positioning is depending on the technical specs of the space. So where are the speakers, where are the electrical plugs, where are the etc., etc., etc.
Okay, so usually you need drawings, not 3D.
The only golden rule is that the positioning of the panels must be as much uniform as possible. So you cannot concentrate the panels on only one wall.
Okay, clear.
You need to cover as much possible all the walls and the ceiling, or all the walls.
Yeah, because the more panels and materials, it means more price and cost for these panels, which usually is not considered in the application of the spaces and the fit out, because usually these elements will come with a fit out budget of the project. I don't think many of designers still in our area considering having these sound panels as the amount that we see in the project that you are showing us.
Honestly, Mohammed, the biggest part of the job we are doing today with acoustic solutions is actually coming afterwards.
Yeah. So it comes that someone have an issue and you need to solve it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, not the biggest. Okay, the first big project we did in Italy after we launched Snow Sound in 2012 was AXA. AXA is a big French insurance company, and they made their headquarters in Italy are in Milan, in the center of Milan. Nine floors building. And when they came in, they didn't realize that this big building, impressive building, was actually made all of concrete and glass. So they could not work into that.
I understand. Okay.
We were requested to find a solution. So that was a...
Yes.
I mean, it was not in the budget.
Well, usually it's not budgeted, but if someone have an issue with the sound, they will come to you to solve it.
Sure.
Yeah, understand. Okay, we will open for, I think you still have some pages, but we will start having questions and people to send us the questions now so we can have them if we already done with the file.
Yeah.
Do you still have some pages there?
No, well, actually, I think we have gone through the stuff.
Yeah, it's more than 200 pages, but we will share it to everyone. Yeah, we will share it by email to everyone so they can download it from the website.
Yeah, I will send you tomorrow morning all the information. I mean, the link to everything.
Yes, we will share it with everyone. The question is how's the price range? Is it affordable or is it something considered a high-end product?
I think quality to price ratio is affordable.
Okay.
I mean, you're not paying nothing. You're not paying. I mean, you're paying the right price for the right solution.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so back to customization. We are limited with the wide range that you have here in terms of colors, shapes, but unless there is a huge quantity, you can do customization or adding maybe text or other colors, or we are limited to the range that you have.
When it comes to colors, for the right quantity, we can do it easily. When it comes to size or shape, it depends. We need to check. We need to check. Just because we need a mold.
Okay. Just to confirm this material. Yeah, sorry. Please go ahead.
No, we have a wider range of colors possible. We only need the right quantity. When it comes to size or shape, then we really need a quantity because actually we need a different mold.
I think the colors are available in the website also, right?
Sorry?
The colors are available in the website?
Yeah. The standard colors, everything we have been talking about tonight is available on our website. I mean, you can download everything.
Okay, very good.
Colors, products list, etc.
Okay, so I will go through the questions. All the panels that we've seen, you don't have, these are only usable in interior spaces. It's not for, let's say,
it would make no sense. Okay. It would make no sense to have sound absorption
outside. Yes. Outside. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, we didn't see an application, for example, for this is okay. Back to that picture. Sorry, the previous one. Yes, this one. I was going to ask you like a food court or a big mall, or this is actually a terminal in an airport. So it is for big spaces. It can be used.
In airports, we have done a project in Sevilla, in Spain, and they've done another project in I don't remember where in the US. So there are used in large spaces.
Okay.
Honestly, between you and me, I mean, between you and us, sometimes they are chosen not really for their sound absorption performance, but for their
decoration.
Yeah, for their aesthetical performance.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, to decorate this big, huge spaces or walls or etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can send you. I will send you tomorrow. I will send you tomorrow a picture of the airport in Sevilla. I don't think I have the picture of the airport in US, but I can send you for sure the airport in Sevilla.
Okay, one good question about these panels. We've seen them operating in meeting rooms, workspaces, lounges, etc., which is clean spaces. Do you have any application in workshops, factories? Is it applicable there? Since you already have it antibacterial and also you have it as a fire retardant, so it's applicable there.
And they are easily cleanable.
So it's you can clean it easily from dust, wood, whatever. Okay, it's easy to clean.
You just need some water and that's it. I mean, unless you just pour on them a coffee. But
okay.
From normal dirt, you can just easily clean them with a water.
Okay.
It's polyester. It's polyester.
Ah, it's polyester. Okay.
100% polyester, inside and outside.
Okay. I'm going through some questions so we can. So just to recap, it is fire retardant, it's also antibacterial, and you can clean it washable and also recyclable.
Absolutely. 100% recyclable. Class 1 fire retardant, easily cleanable.
Okay.
And performing class 1 from a sound absorption point of view.
Very clear. Okay.
We're talking about sound absorption, not sound insulation.
Yes, exactly.
We're
I'm
also working on about sound insulation. Actually, if it would have not been for this pandemic, we should have been inaugurating. We have a laboratory work in progress, which would be the most advanced acoustic laboratory in the world from a private company. We're not talking about institution, we're talking about private companies. And this should have been inaugurated in March, but unfortunately this pandemic did stop the works. So we hope to have this done by, well, let's say early June. And we're working on that because we will have a big reverberation chamber, a big semi-anechoic chamber. So that will be something. Whenever you will be in Italy, it will be a pleasure to host you, and that will be something. So we're really working on that. I mean, Caimi is not just acoustics, because as you know, we have much more than acoustics to offer. But
yeah, I've seen in the website also product and accessories, not only absorbing materials.
That was our origin. That was our. These were our roots. Then 2010, well, 2012 commercially, 2010 from a research and development point of view, we started with acoustic.
Oh, so you focus now on acoustic more.
Yeah, let's say yes. Let's say 60-40.
Okay. Another question: do you have any floor treatments of these sound panels, or it's only wall and ceiling and panels?
What do you mean by
like loose rug or carpets?
No, simply because actually, I mean, the technology is working when there is. When it comes to fabrics, the technology is working when you have an air gap between the fabric and the surface. So if you place them as an upholstery or as a carpet, it won't work. Simply, it will be just aesthetical.
Okay. Can you back to the picture where we seen some square tiles, like ceiling tiles, panels? I think we passed by one of the pictures where we are using it as a square tiles. Just to show some people are asking about it.
You mean some kind of tiles like in Armstrong?
Yes, it's exactly like the Armstrong. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have to look for it
because we have a couple of questions about that. I think it's close here. I've seen it, but I don't know where. But the question until if you are able to find it, yeah, the question is the location of the panels in the space, or let's say, okay, if we can look at this one, for example, this one as a ballroom or auditorium, you have plenty of rectangle and different angles hanging on the ceiling. The location of these panels are recommended by you, or it's random?
No. It's actually random. It's actually
Random.
critical. I mean, what we can recommend is the quantity.
Yes.
How
Okay, so you recommend...
how their position is actually depending on the client.
Okay, but it doesn't affect... It might affect some... Yeah.
No. What is performing is actually the quantity.
Yeah. For example, in this black room, can you...
On the right-hand side is the Babson College in Jeddah.
Actually, this one now changed to Prince Mohammed bin Salman University or College in Kaust. Yeah, I saw it. Yes. Okay. So, for example, this one, who decide the height of the panels on the walls, or is it just let's say, like how the artworks are
aesthetically? It was decided by the client.
It's done by client. So it's not, maybe it's not touching the ceiling or touching the floor, so it's something not important.
No.
Okay, but usually it is the height of a human being. So
if you have a certain distance from the ceiling or from the wall, this can help improving the performance, but it will be just something minimal. Because what's happening is that when the sound is bouncing back from the origin, if it's actually bouncing back from the wall and you have a given distance of the panel, it will be intercepted better, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be really minimal.
Yes.
I'm just looking for... There should be...
So let's say again, the location of the panels itself, the distance between them are done by a client or the designer, but you usually have recommendation, the amount of the panel in the space.
We have a software. We have a software which is freely available online, which can help the client until 250 square meters and 3.5 meter height. You can do it online on your own.
Okay.
Over these limits, we can do it, but we will give you a number of panels. Then we cannot give you the positioning because we don't have the information.
Yeah. So, but the space, the amount of the panels, the amount of panels also differ based on the capacity of users. If you're having a food court or you're having a big meeting room, maybe...
No. The calculation is always made on the base of the kind of use. So if it's an office, is one thing.
Okay.
If meeting room is another thing. If it's a public space, is another thing. So whenever you use the online calculation system or we use our own calculation system, we need to know which is the space and its own use. So an office, a call center, a restaurant, a meeting room, because all of these have different parameters.
Okay. Another question about the lighting in your products. Usually it's decoration lighting, not illuminating lighting, right?
No, it's decoration lighting.
Decoration lighting.
100%.
Yes.
Just decoration.
Okay. Yes, just to clear. Okay.
I'm trying to find that picture about the.
It's huge.
Too many pictures. Sorry.
Yeah, too many projects. Yes, we can't browse all of them. We will give the PDF file.
I'll send you one tomorrow.
Yeah, we will share it with everyone. Just to make sure that if anyone didn't register and received the invitation directly without registration, send us an email so we can send you the information. I'm writing now the email of ArchiNet, so you can send us an email to share with you the PDF files and the contacts of Mr. Andrea, and eventually we'll send everyone also the survey that we have and information about the company. If you can provide us maybe you have a copy PDF file of your business card so we can share it with everyone. We already now 11 and 6 minutes, and I think this is more than enough now. We really thank you for giving us that chance today, Mr. Andrea. I had to switch off my camera because the connection had some issue today. I don't know why. And I will just have, we have a couple of questions just came up. So let's give it a try. The sound panel that let's say the calculation that you are doing, is it affected also by the space itself in terms of this is a steel structure building or this is a concrete building, or maybe, so does there any in the calculation, do you can take in consideration the materials that been used for the space? For example, if you have a gypsum wall, board wall, or you have a dry wall, or you have block wall or wooden wall.
Okay. In our experience, and we have something like 8 years experience, well, more if we calculate the research and development phase, under 250 square meters, we can do it without, we can do a calculation, you can do a calculation without considering the materials. Over this limit, we need to know how the space is built of.
Okay.
So we need to know if concrete, plaster, wood, glass, whatever, because that's really affecting the acoustic situation. So under 250 square meters, you can do it on your own. Over 250 square meters, we need to know how is the space built of.
Okay. So, and less than 250, we don't need to take consideration the materials that being built for the space. Okay.
Based on our own experience, which is actually producing thousands of projects every year, based on our own experience, that's not needed. It could be probably done even over 250 square meters, but we prefer to keep, how to say that? We prefer to keep it safe. So we say 250 square meters. Over, we need to know, our technical department will take care of that. We need to have a data sheet. We need to have a data sheet fill in from the customer, and we need to have all the details. So
this data sheet is like a questionnaire of the materials and things in the space.
I can send you this tomorrow.
We can.
We need to know how many square meters of concrete, how many square meters of glass, how many square meters of plaster wall, whatever.
Okay.
We need to know really how the space is built.
Yeah, I can see in this restaurant in the left, you have, for example, maybe this is a temporary ceiling or metal ceiling, and you have some panels up and some panels down. So, yes.
That's just 300 meters from my place here in Monza. That was an horrible situation because actually they have spent a lot of money to refurbish this old factory, because it was a factory, and the acoustic situation was really horrible because it was all concrete and glass on the wall, on the ceiling, and there is a wall which is actually not visible here, which is completely filled with bottles of wine. So it's like a full wall of glass, and that's what we did. And then you have the chandelier, which is just making the situation even more complex.
Okay, and the cost of application of these materials, I think it vary a lot between the projects and the amount of panels and etc. Right?
That's not something we can. That's not something we can tell you. I mean.
Okay, so for example, the rectangular shape panel that we see here behind the chandelier, this one is a fixed price. I mean, panel. It's whether a small project or big one, unless if you have some certain discount, maybe for bigger quantities. Or
maybe I didn't get you right.
Yeah, I was asking about the average price, for example, of that rectangular panel.
Yeah.
Can we have just an idea about the average price of that panel?
Sorry. I had understood the kind of the cost for the
yeah.
the cost for the fixing. We're talking about around
price range.
Yeah, around 200 euro.
200 euro for that rectangular panel. Okay.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Is...
Let me get a price list.
Oh, okay. طيب.
Okay, that's a 159 by. Baffle.
Sorry for troubling you about it.
No problem. So many items, it's quite difficult to remember.
Yeah, I understand. Just an average price so people can have an idea.
About 200, but just to be safe, let me see. Yeah, around 200.
200 euro. Okay, this is net price or list price?
No, X works. No,
X
sorry,
works.
X works.
List price. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyhow, we will share your contact details if anyone is interested to have more details about pricing, and we will share also the products catalogs and more information about the website so they can browse it and have more. I think you have also technical details in the websites for the products and its components.
I'll send you tomorrow the link, the direct link to the different catalogs, the two different catalogs. So
very good.
Acoustic products and the other one, to the brochures, because we have also a recap for both of them. I'll send you the link to the price. No, not the price list, the product list. So you know the product with all the technical specifications, without the prices. And I'll send you the picture of Sevilla airport. And then whatever you need, you just have to ask for it.
Yeah, we will contact you upon that. Thank you, Mr. Andre, again. And we really enjoyed it. And
thanks, Mohammed.
We will see you, inshallah, soon, maybe in Italy or in Riyadh.
How was the iftar?
Yeah, it was before 5 hours, but it's good. Yes. Okay, grazie. Grazie.
Grazie a te. Ciao, buona serata.
Bene, grazie. Bye.